right, good afternoon or good morning. I'm not sure which it is for you. But this is English 7 for Friday, March the 27th. Let's talk about last night's homework. All right, we're going to go over your answers. You were supposed to do 4 through 13 in your book. Let's see how you did on them. Number 4, the clause that you were looking for, the dependent clause, was as long as you finish your homework, and it is an adverb clause. Number 5, the clause that succeeded from the union is an adjective clause. Number 6, whose hearts God had touched is an adjective clause. Number 7, unless someone accidentally tells her is an adverb clause. Number 8, Van Carson is. This is an adverb clause. We will go where God calls us. Where God calls us is our clause, and it is an adverb clause telling us where. Number 10, Vatican City, in which few people live, is the world's smallest independent state. The clause is in which few people live, and it's an adjective clause describing the Vatican City. Wherever Hope went, she kept a smile on her face. The clause, wherever Hope went, and it is an adverb clause telling us where she kept. Vikings were the first settlers of the land that is now known as Iceland. That is known as Iceland is our dependent clause, and it is an adjective. Because the people were against Christ, they provoked Pilate to crucify him. Because the people were against Christ, and it is an adverb clause. I would love for you to text me. Let me know how you did on that. Finding the clauses, knowing if they're dependent clauses or independent clauses is going to be very important in the rest of this chapter, as well as being able to decide if it's an adjective clause or an adverb clause. Remember, in order to be a clause, it must have a subject, have a verb, but it does not express a complete thought. If it is an adjective clause, it's going to tell us which one, what kind, how much, how many, or whose. If it's an adverb clause, it's still going to have a subject and a verb, but it's not going to express a complete thought, and it's going to tell us where, when, how often, to what extent, why, or under what condition. Okay, remember a phrase, most of the phrases that we're talking about, adjective phrases and adverb phrases, they're what we would call a prepositional phrase that's acting like an adjective, or it's doing the job of an adverb, okay? Now, of course, there are participial phrases and gerund phrases and infinitive phrases as well that we've talked about some of those. All right, let's look at today's lesson. Today's lesson is on page 178. We're going to talk about misplaced modifiers. Have you ever got directions from someone, maybe Mrs. Turner, and you listened to the directions and you honestly tried to do them, but you were confused by the directions? Okay, sometimes we are confused because the person speaking has put an adverb phrase in the wrong place, and therefore it's unclear what they're trying to say to us, okay? So let's look at our 3 rules. Number 1, an adverb phrase or a clause that modifies a verb. It may be before the verb or after the verb, but it cannot come between 2 verbs that will cause confusion, and we're going to see that here. Look at the first example. When the rain stops, you may go outside, okay? In this case, when the rain stops, modifies may go, okay? Look at the second one. You may go outside when the rain stops. When the rain stops, you may go. Look at number 3. Dad said on Wednesday we would have a picnic. Well, wait a minute, that's unclear. Did Dad say it on Wednesday, or are we going on the picnic on Wednesday? Okay, so that phrase on Wednesday cannot go between said and have. Okay, we have to choose which verb do we want that on Wednesday to apply to. Do we want it to apply to the fact that Dad said it? Or do we want on Wednesday to be when the picnic is? But it can't go between the verb because then our reader is confused. Okay, so we can say on Wednesday, Dad said that we would have a picnic. Now Dad said it on Wednesday. Or Dad said that we would have a picnic on Wednesday. Now the picnic is on Wednesday. But you have to be clear about it. Rule number 2, an adverb phrase or a clause that modifies an adjective or an adverb is usually placed immediately, circle the next word, immediately after the word that it modifies. He was a prosperous beyond his wildest dreams. How prosperous was he? Okay, he was beyond his wildest dreams. Okay, Speedy runs faster than his brother does. Than his brother does is going to be a clause that is going to modify the adverb. It comes after it. Rule number 3, place adverb modifiers as close as possible to the word they modify. You know, if they're together, there's no confusion about what it's trying to describe. It's kind of like a family walking down the sidewalk. You have a family here and a family here, and you have this kid in the middle. Which family does that kid belong to? We don't know. But if that child is walking right next to his mom and there's a space between them and the other family, hopefully there's social distancing, right? He's over here, we know that this child belongs to this family. But if he's right here in the middle, which family did he belong to? We don't know. So we want to put our clauses as close to the word as they modify as possible. Let's look at the board, okay? Elizabeth, I'm going to read it from the board. You can just follow along, and then we'll mark them in your book, okay? Elizabeth promised on Friday that she would take me shopping for my birthday. Again, when did Elizabeth say that? Did she say it on Friday, or are we going shopping on Friday? We have to move this phrase on Friday. By the way, that's a phrase, right? It's a prepositional phrase, and it's being used as an adverb because it's telling us when, okay? But is it when Elizabeth said, or is it when we're going shopping? Let's say that it's when we go shopping. So let's draw an arrow down here. So Elizabeth promised that she would take me shopping, whoops, I went a little too far, on Friday for my birthday, okay? Let's try the second one. Mr. Sturgis said on Monday he would help with the yard work. Again, what is our misplaced phrase on Monday? Okay? Did he say it on Monday, or is he doing the yard work on Monday? Let's say that we put it in front. On Monday, Mr. Sturgis said he would help with yard work. Now I know when he said it. He told me that on Monday, okay? If you wanted, you could have circled on Monday and drawn an arrow to down here. And then it would have been Mr. Sturgis said he would help with yard work on Monday. On Monday, he's doing the work. Number 3, Dad heard that the baseball game was canceled because of rain on the radio. Well, there is no rain on the radio. That's in a misplaced. So let's circle that. On the radio is in the wrong place, okay? We have to decide where we want to put that. Well, Dad heard on the radio that the baseball game was canceled because of rain, okay? Number 4, Mom saw a lovely kitten on her way to the hair salon. Who's on their way to the hair salon? Mom or the kitten? Hopefully Mom's getting her hair done, not the kitten, okay? So on her way to the hair salon. On her way to the hair salon needs to go next to Mom because the kitten is not getting her hair done. Okay, the kitten is the kitten. She's not getting a afro, she's not getting braids, she's not getting it straightened, she's just a kitten. All right? Let's look now at your book. It says, number 5, Gabriel told me on his senior trip where he would be visiting. Okay, on his senior trip is confusing. It should be after visiting because we're talking about where he's going to be going. So it should say, Gabriel told me where he would be visiting on his senior trip. Number 6, I told Taylor today I would teach him how to swim. Today is an adverb that's in the wrong place. So I either need to put it at the beginning of the sentence, so today I told Taylor I would teach him how to swim. Or you could put it at the end of the sentence, I told Taylor I would teach him how to swim today. Okay, either place, but it's got to go by the swim or it's got to be close to told. It's got to be close to the verb. Next, my grandparents left town before the storm struck on the train. On the train is in the wrong place. It should be where? My grandparents left town on the train before the storm struck. I enjoy listening to music while resting on the stereo. Not a very comfortable place to lay. So on the stereo is in the wrong place. It should be after music. I enjoy listening to music on the stereo while resting. Number 9, the boys saw a painting done by Grandma Moses in the museum. In the museum is the wrong place. It needs to go where? At the beginning of our sentence. In the museum, the boys saw a painting done by Grandma Moses. Number 10, it was reported that a plane had been hijacked to Angola by the newscaster. The newscaster didn't do the hijacking. The hijackers did. The newscaster's reporting it. So by the newscaster is in the wrong place. By the newscaster needs to go after the word reported. Very good. Today, you are going to do exercise B on page 178. 178. Now, you will also see there is a homework tab today on your list. That is because I want you to write a paragraph. A paragraph needs to have a topic sentence. It needs to have a closing sentence, a summary sentence. And it's going to have 3 or 4 sentences between. Those sentences are going to tell me everything I need to know. What is the topic? You're going to write anywhere from 4 to 7 sentences, no more than 7, and it really shouldn't be 7 sentences long, okay? Really 4 to 5, maybe 6 is fine, okay? So you have your topic sentence, 3 or 4 sentences to back up or to prove or to talk about what your topic is, and then a summary. Here's your topic. I want you to describe a room that you can see. It might be your bedroom, it might be the living room, it might be the kitchen, it might be anything that's in your house, okay? Any room in your house, your siblings' room. Now, think about the perspective. When you describe something, you either start close to you and you work away, or you start back there and you work closer to you, okay? So, your topic sentence. During the quarantine, my room has become my personal castle. Okay, that might be describe your castle to me, okay? Maybe you would say, during the quarantine, my sister's room has become the trash heap of Mexico City. How in the world did she turn it into this terrible mess during the quarantine, okay? Again, it doesn't have to be one of those 2 topic sentences. I want you to come up with your own. Come up with a topic sentence. Give me 3 or 4, no more than 5 sentences that describe, but think about perspective. Describe the room from where you are, going away from you, or start away and come closer to you, okay? Give perspective to your paragraph, and then summarize it. You know, maybe this, the trash heap of Mexico City is now clean because Mom said we're going to get rid of it. Okay? Whatever you want. Okay, you're going to see that on your homework under English 7. It will count as a creative writing grade for this quarter. Remember, we are 2 weeks through the quarter. If you are missed any lessons, if you are behind, make sure that you're getting caught up and that you're getting things done. These online quizzes, these online viewings of the lessons, these online homework assignments and tests, that is how I will make your grade for the fourth quarter. And for some of you, it's going to determine whether you pass or fail 7th grade. So please be attentive to them. Do your best work. I'm really proud of you. I'm impressed. There's only been a couple of you that haven't done the work, just here and there, a little bit spotty. We had a little internet issue with one person, but we've got that fixed. So I am very impressed. I want you to stay engaged. Do your best. Be the class that when we come back, Brother Francis can say, that's that class, they were responsible. They were mature. They did what they were supposed to do. I'm proud of you. I miss you. I know now the governor has said May 1st, but I'm going to pray. I want you to pray that something will change, that mandate would change, and so that we can be back together before May 1st, okay? If you need me, call, text, email, whatever you need, all right? Have a great day.